Hey, all you talent stackers, I wanted to make a quick video, hopefully it'll be quick, to show you the new content that has been added here in just the last 30 days to the program. So the program is already extensive. It's huge. People are landing jobs left and right. But of course, we want to stay on the forefront for you. We always want to be innovating and adding content that's valuable. So we have three major pieces that I want to show you, and I'm going to try to quickly explain. And if you have any questions, just ask. But I'm going to try to go over them quickly because it is quite a bit of content, but I want to show you what they are and why you should be focused on them. So the first thing we have here are the commonly asked interview questions. And some people have wondered why we don't have these or why we haven't had these in the past. And the reason is we wanted to actually have data to prove that these are the most commonly asked questions. We don't want to guess what questions interviewers are going to ask or just try to come up with random questions on our own. We wanted to actually have proven evidence that these are the most commonly asked questions. So Anita Smith and Alex Warnicki have done an amazing job of sourcing these questions from our alumni. So what does that mean? It means that we have had hundreds of members land jobs here in just the past few months. And we have gone to them and we've said, hey, what questions do you remember being asked during the interviews? We've compiled those questions and we've created a resource file that shows you the most commonly asked ones. If we saw some that were only asked once or twice in random interviews, those didn't make the cut. These are the most commonly asked questions. So if you're going through job applications and the interview process right now, chances are you're going to see these questions in your interviews. We've broken these down in a few different categories, most specifically soft skill questions and technical questions. So a lot of people, when they study Salesforce Salesforce interview questions, they focus on technical questions. They don't focus on the soft skills at all. And it turns out with entry-level jobs, most of the questions end up being soft skill questions, not technical questions. So you're studying in the wrong direction. You can go look. We could Google right now, top 10 Salesforce interview questions. And chances are, if you look at those top 10 lists or top 20 lists that these random groups are providing, they're all going to be technical questions, or most of them are going to be. The fact is, those are not the actual questions you're going to be asked in interviews. This is actually the questions you're going to be asked. So if you see something on our list and you're like, does anybody really ask that? Yes, 100%, with 100% confidence, you are going to get asked these questions. The other great thing is this is live. So if you look at it today, you're going to see one list of questions. If you look at it 3 months from now, you're probably going to see some new questions added in there and maybe some other ones taken away. So this is always live. It's always current. We are constantly, every time someone lands a job, we ask them, what questions did you get asked? We take those questions, we add them into this file, and we keep it consolidated and concise for you guys. All right, so that is a huge resource if you're preparing for interviews. That is in Module 7, the interview preparation module, under commonly asked interview questions. All right, so next thing, we have a new course. So what we just showed you was a lesson in the interview prep module, but this is a completely new course called Practicing Your Pitch. So if you're in the Talent Stacker Career Hub, go to the Courses tab, and you're going to find this listed in the array of courses that we have. This is a new one called Practicing Your Pitch. Now, I had the privilege of going to a dreaming event and being able to witness one of our students use their pitch live in the real world, talking to a recruiter with a consulting firm. Her pitch was amazing. I was just absolutely blown away by her ability to make connection and then showcase her value on the spot. So that's what you want to be able to do. That's what this course is going to teach you to do. So it's going to teach you actually how to structure that elevator pitch, different pitches for different situations. So you might be in a live environment, in a casual meetup. You might be in a virtual environment, maybe in a Trailblazer community event. You might be in an interview talking with HR, or in an interview and talking with the actual delivery team or the Salesforce team at the company. Different pitches for different situations. Then we're going to walk you through actually practicing the pitch and getting ready. This is something we want to be able to hit in 60 seconds or less, but it needs to pack maximum value. This is your hit. Tell me a little something about yourself. Boom, you're going to nail them with 60 seconds of incredible information that is going to drive the rest of the conversation if you do this right. All right, so practicing your pitch, it's a complete lesson inside of the courses. It's going to take you about 30 minutes to go through the content itself, but actually practicing and perfecting the pitch is going to take a few hours, and you're going to need to continually do that and stay fresh with your talk track. All right, next thing, this is a big one. This is a new lesson, and this is under Module 6, Finding Open Positions and Applying Meaningfully. If you're a talent stacker, you know there's a big difference between going on LinkedIn Jobs or Indeed.com and clicking Apply Now and submitting your resume. That is what everyone does. That is not what we do. We try to do everything at least, 30, 40, 50% better than what everyone else is doing. And that's why we have the results that we have, because you guys are truly, I would say 3 to 5 times better prepared than any other applicant out there who is not part of this program. And this is part of why. So we have a new a new lesson under the career development course, and finding open positions. It's added at the end, demystifying job descriptions. So our very own Anthony Scrima. So Justin Dux did the practicing your pitch course. So that's a pretty awesome pitch course. As you can imagine, Justin's interviewed over 100 Salesforce entry-level candidates in the last year, and has a very good idea of what a good pitch looks like and what goes into a good pitch. Now, Anthony Scrima has been working with our team also, doing mock interviews, creating content, talking to people about what drove them to success when landing their first jobs. So he does a lot of interviewing individuals after they've landed the job and figuring out what was it that made everything click so perfectly, and figuring that out. Well, recently he created an amazing piece of content, which you have right in front of you. We just released this morning for job descriptions. So most people read over a job description, they decide if they think they're qualified, they apply for the job, and they move on to the next job description. Well, when you're preparing for interviews, the job description can be one of the most meaningful pieces of information that you have. You know very little about the company coming into that first interview. The job description is one of the best pieces of information you can have at your fingertips. If you just read over it and you don't know what to do with it, it's not that valuable. But when you know how to grab it and dissect it and understand what it means, then it's much more powerful. So in this lesson, we actually walk through breaking down a job description, understanding the soft and technical skills that the company is looking for, understanding the company and what they're going through right now as a company, and then being able to predict the questions you're going to be asked in an interview, all based off of a job description. So really, I would say your trigger for this is when you apply for a job and you get interviewed, or you get asked to come interview. That's your cue. Go grab the job description from the application process and go through this. So what does this do for you? I'm going to try to make it quick. It's a lot of information. You need to go check out the lesson. But what Anthony does for you is first he introduces the concept of breaking down a job description. We then provide you with a template. So you can, this is the template on the right here and the job description on the left. And then we show you how to analyze this job description and build out the job description breakdown on the right. So, and we have 3 examples of this. In the first one, Anthony breaks it down for you. He does everything for you and shows you exactly how to analyze these job descriptions and fill out the job description breakdown. For reference, you have access to the blank job description, a sort of a cheater version of the job description where he highlights what you should be paying attention to, and then a fully completed job description breakdown where he's filled out all of the notes so you can see exactly what he did. In the video here, he actually goes through what he's thinking, how he's deciding what is meaningful from the job description, and exactly how he's translating that into the job description breakdown. Now, when we move into job description 2 and 3, we take the information and we do it ourselves. So we take the original job description file for a administrator role in this case. In job description 3, it is a consultant role. So for the administrator role, you take the blank job description and you do your best to fill in the job description breakdown template on your own. If you need the little cheat sheet, we provide the highlighted version of the job description to show you what we thought you should be paying the most attention to. And then when you're ready and you feel like you've done the best you can grab the fully completed job description breakdown with the file here. And again, we provide a full video. So if you look at the fully completed job description breakdown and you're like, man, how did they come up with that? How did they decide those were going to be the most commonly asked questions? Well, this is where Anthony breaks it all down for you, shows you his thought process and exactly how he came to these conclusions. We do the exact same thing for job description 3. And this is going to take a little time for you to move through this. But the good news is once you've gone through this lesson, you are going to be prepared to take a job description. You've been invited to the interview. You're going to be able to grab the job description and turning it into something absolutely incredible. It is going to be ammunition in your arsenal when you show up to these interviews. You're not going in blind. You're not hoping that things turn out okay and they ask you the interview questions you prepared for. You know what to expect. You are far better prepared than everyone else they are interviewing because you have access to content like this. So I hope that's helpful. Let us know if you have any questions. We hope you enjoy the new content, and best of luck in the job hunt. And we are always here to back you.